All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VR Master League, and welcome, furthermore, to the Arena Charity Cup here, presented by HyperX, as well as VR Community Builders, and casted here by VRML. I'm Palidore on the cast today, and joining me is SirDimwi, and we've got a few matches here today and tomorrow in this weekend event. Very excited. How are you feeling, Dimwi? It's been a few weeks since we've been able to cast together.
Yeah, it has been a few weeks, and no, I'm really excited to see some of the matchups we're going to be getting a cast here on the stream today. I mean, because there's a lot of unknown factors. Something we were talking about coming into this one. A lot of unknown factors. Seeds were seeded randomly, so also teams that are made up of players that don't necessarily play together on the regular. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out, and what sorts of chemistries we see surprise us today.
Oh yeah, there's a handful of teams there with some familiar faces, and we got a couple of them, well, more than a couple here on stream right now, about to start with Turbo and Disc Junkies, but there are definitely a lot of participants in there that I don't recognize quite as much, and a lot of maybe players I do recognize, but mixing up on the teams. This is a kind of a free-for-all, cross-region tournament. You got players from all over the world coming in there. I saw, Cam Jam on one of those teams there from obviously OCE. Then we have some EU teams in there. We have some NA teams. We have some mix-ups between the three. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this unfolds. That said, there is also a Joker about. In fact, there are a few Jokers about, as you'll see in just a moment as I pull up the brackets here. But indeed, people going with, what, 3 different Jokers, all named just variations. One of them, I'll let you guess which one, but one of them is in fact the real Joker. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see them and how they come off of that, well, championship win in Season 2 of VRML, and now just coming here for the Charity Cup in the off-season.
Yeah, no, I think if you got Joker in your tournament, I think there's going to be a common, obvious, clear favorite. But what I'm interested in is anyone who might take them on. I'm curious to see if anyone's going to be able to put up a good fight against Team Joker. Of course, that's going to be a tall order. But maybe one of the teams we're looking at here. The 2 teams we're looking at right now. Team in blue, Venom, Aeronite, Captain Will, and Alduin. I mean, I think this is a roster that might surprise us. So maybe they'll be taking on Joker at some point here in the next few days.
Yeah.
But yes, a lot of teams participating in this, and of course, all for a good cause. So very excited for everything that's about to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. And still just waiting on our 4th player here for Turbo. So hopefully it won't be all too long before we do get going on the matches. But yes, so this cup here, the Arena Charity Cup, the first of its kind, and maybe more to come in the future, by the Gunslinger, by AJ Haskell as well, helping organize this, put it together, make the connections to get this going. We, of course, have HyperX sponsoring this cup as well with these awesome prizes we have for the first place team, as I'll bring up for you in a second. On the weekend, they'll be getting Cloud Mix headsets for the 4 players, and for 2nd place, Cloud Alpha headsets, and then over on 3rd place, it's 4 Cloud Earbud headsets, and as well from VR Community Builders, providing $50 to the 3 users who do raise the most funds for this charity here across the weekend. And you can check those links in the Twitch description below, and those banners as well. And yeah, we're excited to see which teams come away with these wins, these prizes, and of course, as much as anything, just a prize having people come in here and just support and interact and engage. Now, on that note as well, the charity, of course, is Gamers Outreach. Now, Gamers Outreach was established in 2007, and it prides itself in providing entertainment for kids in hospitals, via the magic of video games. And so hardware, software, just kind of helping the healing process for kids. So it's a very good cause, and very happy to be supporting that here.
Yeah, I can actually, when I was really little, I'm talking when I was literally 3 years old, out in California, I got pneumonia. I got pneumonia real bad. I was in the hospital for 3 days. And one of my strongest memories from my childhood is playing Mario, the original Mario, in the hospital with my mom while I was getting better. So I can attest to the charity itself, just the efficacy of what they do, because you know, whether or not it had a measurable impact on the recovery, I know on my psychology during the recovery, it was fantastic. So fantastic. I still remember it, you know, over 30 years later.
Yeah.
I still have those memories from 3 years old. From 3 years old, I still remember that.
Yeah, that's just a testament to, well, if nothing else, Dimwi's great memory. I remember, I think, one thing from when I was 3, and it has nothing to do with anything we're talking about here, but it involved balloons, birthdays, things like that. But yeah, it's a great cause, and really glad to be supporting that. And you know, cheers to everyone for coming along and supporting as well. Again, whether you're donating, watching, or playing, it all matters here in the grand context of all this stuff in the community going on this off season. Now, speaking of which, got a shout out a little bit late, but Strambitsky with the 10 tier 1 community subs as well. Gifted subs there on Twitch. Thank you very much, Strambitsky, for that support. One of our awesome casters, as well as top tier players for quite a while now. Gotta fear the pasta, the predatory pasta. Isn't that right, Dimwi?
The predatory pasta himself, yes. A name that it's grown on him. He doesn't hate it anymore. He loves it now. He loves that nickname. He, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure he was telling someone the other day he was considering changing his name officially to the predatory pasta. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Well, sure. Why not? Strem saying, meant to donate it to charity. I messed up. All right, no big deal. You know what? I will redirect those funds at some point when I'm not also camming this. But yes, not an issue. It's all for a good cause. Thank you for the support one way or the other. Definitely appreciate that. I also see the Gunslinger there, who's really helped to put a lot of this together, organizing it over the last couple months, and coming into contact with between Hasco and between us at VRML as well as HyperX, really helping put a lot of this together. So thank you for stopping by, and cheers to Gunslinger as well as AJ.
You see, Strum. You see what he has to say.
Strem not in support of your claims that he might change his name. That's all right. Strem is quite iconic as a name, so it would be, in a way, a little bit sad. We'll keep the name changes to the Discords only, I guess. Also see Dakin Man in there, hopping in. Of course, Dakin Man, our leader supreme, over here in VRML, and glad to see Dakin stopping by, saying birthdays are a good thing to remember. Well, it's not mine today, but surely it's someone's around these parts. So happy birthday, whoever you are, wherever you are.
Happy birthday.
And Strem also saying gonna change his name to SirDimwi. I like it.
I like it. That's a strong name right there.
Granted, if we find ourselves, the three of us, all casting together again in Season 3 of VRML, it's just going to end up being a little bit confusing. Now we got SirDimwi, we got Dimbitsky, SirDimwi, and I am Sir Pally. Not enough syllables in my name, but oh well. Timbits, I know what those are. I was told once upon a time by one of my Canadian friends. Donut holes. just to finish that thought.
Oh, those donut holes, Tim Hortons. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Rock's asking if Timbits are Canadian because we have them here. No, apparently I'm just ignorant of my own culture then, because
I mean, we have donut holes. I don't.
Yeah.
Do we have Timbits?
I mean, yeah, same thing in practice. Just in it's just the name for them that's a bit different. I had never heard Timbits before. I had talked to some Canadian pals. But anyway, all right, looks like we are about ready to start now. So Interceptor is in the building and maybe getting intercepted along the way. But happy to have him here. Happy to see all these players in it. Again, recognizable faces for sure. Interceptor, as much as anyone. Known him as long as about anyone since the 2017 betas on the PC version. But of course, Echo now out on Quest, been out for a while, and now the Quest 2 just coming out as of this past week. Echo continuing to grow as well. So good to see the old faces, but so many new ones as well. Yeah, Strembitsky asking, or saying, yeah, Interceptor playing on Turbo? He's going. We're going.
Yes, we are.
All right, so round one. Ladies and gents, welcome to VR Master League once again. Welcome to the Arena Charity Cup. This is the first round of our brackets as we get a sudden fifth player joining now. We couldn't get a fourth for about 5-10 minutes, and then we got a fifth just like that. Well, in any case, maybe it's one of the coaches. I know there are coaches, or captains, rather, of these teams. Some of them 5-player teams, so no idea. Either or, though, Cyanide here with a disc, and now that fifth player is gone. All right, here we go.
Ooh, and that was a clear into the blue zone here, but the bounce got those back chains, those defensive chains to completely bypass it. But Venom's going to pick that one up, pass it up to Captain Will, send it in. Captain Will going under the goal there to Aldoween. Soft pass there, mate, but what a stop there by Cosmic, who's going to send that one out.
Yeah, some Cosmic interference being ran as another slap goes through from Cosmic. Being taken in the mid line by Venom, however. Venom backing it out now to Alduin, and Alduin will hit the tunnel, and, well, indeed, hit the tunnel as it bounces right back up towards the ceiling. Taken by Venom, but Venom is stunned out there by Rage, showing just that as he takes it away, but there is a goalie in the area, so now has to go for a cross.
And cross pass just out of reach of Cyanide there. And good chain from Venom and Aeronite, but Cyanide gets there. Looks like he pulled an Ender. Picking that one up. Excuse me. Ray's going to send it back across. Again, just out of reach of Cyanide. Going to bounce up towards the ceiling where Venom will pick that one up. Venom now going to clear this one out through mid, and we may get a stack race here. I see a blue stack coming in from the backfield. They're going to get there first. It's Aeronite. Aeronite, very dangerous beyond the goal, but going to uncharacteristically ding that one. Captain Will with it, inverted. Sending it back, another ding. Aeronite picking this one back up. Third time's a charm. Yes, it is. He's going to bring that one in for the 2. And that's our first goal of round 1. A minute and a half in, going to Disc Junkies.
Yeah, so just a little bit of a warm-up process there, perhaps, getting their bearings underneath them. I think I mixed up idioms there, but just called me an idiot, I guess. But nonetheless, 2 points for Disc Junkies, and now after the first 2 minutes expired, we're right back into the fray and see if that warms them up a little bit.
Oh, that's not how you're going to want to start that one there. It's just going to bounce all the way back to their bubble, the orange bubble here, Turbo's bubble. And it's Venom is going to plant that one in for the 2. And Venom making news recently, joining the Kangarillas roster officially. Just like 2 weeks ago.
Officially? Because I've seen a lot of changes.
Oh, no. This one's for real. This one's an actual, I believe, I don't know if he's going to be on their main roster, but he is on their extended roster for sure.
Well, hey, awesome for Venom. Yeah, it's tough because I take just a few days here and there off Discord. I come back and then I see a lot of these joins and then rejoins, and I can't tell what's a troll and what's actually for real these days. But roster changes, always fascinating to watch, as Captain Will is just going to watch that disc go bye-bye up into the ceiling.
Oh, but right back in the hands of Captain Will, and then he gets stopped, and then a great grab there by Cyanide, going to get that one cleared out, well, towards that near side too, but Venom's going to pick that one up right at mid. Venom now sending this one across, does hit Captain Will. Captain Will able to forward that one in. I was looking for, I believe he was looking for Aldowin, but goes a bit too high, gets cleared back into the blue zone, but Venom is right there on the back line. Venom, not someone I've known to play goalie, is really doing a good job holding down that back line here.
Yeah, and Venom, you're obviously very well acquainted with Venom, as I'm sure we'll touch on that in a little bit, but right now, just touching upon the pass, it's Alduin. Nice reception, credit to Aeronite, and the goalie did dive out, but just couldn't quite get there in time.
Yeah, that was just some real smooth passing there from Disc Junkies, particularly once they got to the bubble. Yeah, just pop that one in. They're from Aeronite to Aldowin, and Aldowin sending it in. And that's going to be a 6-point lead here to Disc Junkies in round 1 with 6 minutes to go. As Interceptor's going to, he was looking for a ceiling pass there to Cyanide, but it goes just a little bit too far. Slapped out of the bubble back towards mid here. Actually, all the way through. Going to go down. And oh, another good slap there. That one's going to get down to the bottom. Bubble. Venom's going to get there first on challenge. He's going to walk that one in for the 2. And Disc Junky's up by 8.
No ding there. Certainly a ding on my tablet. Don't mind that. But 8 points for Disc Junkies, just like that. So 5:36 remaining. So about halfway through this first round here. And yeah. Looking pretty nice for Disc Junkies, but Turbo not too far behind, and they've got a lot of talent and veterancy on this team, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a change of pace here in the next couple minutes, seeing if they can just connect on some of these passes, which they actually do. There's Rage trying to connect on another one. They do. Cosmic trying to get Cos quick. Oh, but loses it, but then right back in again. So 8-2 now. First couple points. Turbo.
Yeah, that was a nice little, you know, we all make mistakes. We all, you know, shoot a disc and hit the crossbar, ding it out, it goes wide or whatever. But to recover after making a mistake and able to, you know, to get that point, get those points nonetheless. That's not the commonality. And that was a good goal there from Turbo. Now only down by 6. Still 4.5 minutes to go here. Cosmic picking that one up, gonna shovel it in towards the bubble. Oh, good grab there by Rage, but that chain is just a bit too quick.
Yeah, very good stacking there from Disc Junkies. You can see Rage had even shielded himself trying to just deny it in time, but couldn't quite do so. Arrow Knight, as a result, they're gonna go punish that at the other end of the floor, going back up by 8 now.
Yeah, that was a very high angle shot there from Arrow Knight. And dings, you know, it's one of those. I don't believe it was a real ding. I think it was a ping ding, where it hit the plane just so close to the rail there that you got the ding sound anyways. I think that was just a really high angle shot there, and it was a beautiful pocket shot. Although now it's going to be Turbo with possession here, sitting this one in deep. And Alduin, player I do know as a goalie, playing that bubble well and sending that one up to Arrow Knight, is going to forward it into the Turbo's. Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Was that a cloud shot? That was a cloud shot. Yes, it was. Shout out to Zach W. Shout out to Arrow Knight. Hitting the cloud shot there for the 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Just firing on all synapses there with that great hit. See chat liking that. Wookie is saying, wow, nice. I'll see Noman in there, and saw Nightfire, Dakin, Sleepy. Everyone hopping in there from VRML. Nice to see all you guys joining up in here. And Rage having it stolen by Venom, so they're up by 13-2 on the lead there, so double-digit advantage. They only got 3 minutes left in this first round, and might be scored on again as a nice pass goes from Arrow to Captain.
The angle of my camera on that one, I had no idea Captain Will was there, and I thought that was a whiff shot. I was like, oh, that's gonna be embarrassing, but no, that was just a nice pass to beat the goalie there. Arrow Knight came in close enough, draws the goalie out as he sends that pass off, and that's what gives that much space there. The Captain would have popped that one in easy, and now Disc Junky's up by 13.
That's the nice thing about good positioning too, because even in those occasions where maybe it wasn't a purposeful pass, I mean, I think that one was, but you know, even when you do make mistakes, if you have good positioning, someone on your team is going to be there to collect it if you just again space out appropriately. So we see that a lot. As Arrow Knight does take it right away and just backing it out now calmly to Venom. 2 minutes left, 15-2 advantage here for Disc Junkies as Alduin goes for the clear.
Yeah, all the way down into the Turbo zones. Captain Will's there to pick it up. He's going to get a one-on-one as the defense is returning, and just a little bit too long. Excuse me, Cosmic picks that one up and sends it right there in the hands of Arrow Knight. Arrow Knight going across to Captain Will. That one's just out of reach. They're going to bounce out to the top side wedge there as Captain Will picks it back up, moving on the bubble, sees his pass, going to hit his receiver. Alduin up to Arrow Knight, and Arrow Knight going to plant that one in for another 2 there. And Disc Junkies have really started running away with the lead here. 15 points ahead with about a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, it seemed like it just ballooned out of nowhere almost, because only a, what was it, like 8-2 point total or something. It seemed like not too long ago, about halfway through the round or so, then suddenly just expanding their lead mighty quickly in the last 2 or 3 minutes now with a score after score. And now we're just approaching that final minute here. It's just needing to get something going. They will. There goes Cyanide right in his stride. 17-4.
Yeah, it was a nice watch on the stream. He had a really good redirect there. the speed at which he was able to track that down makes me think he head bounced off of the, he bounced off of the, it looks like he throws himself up, but I think he bounced, or maybe maybe he was in a squat position. That was a really quick rise there and a good goal for Turbo there to near the end of the round. There's a nice stop as Venom tries to send that one in. Interceptor with a big grab. 30 seconds ago here. Round one, obviously in the hands of Dish Junkies, but this is sort of momentum that you can carry into the next round. Any team can. Cyanide, I believe, lost a hand there, trying to send that one in deep to Rage. But yeah, it's certainly the sort of thing they can carry into round two.
Yeah, and going back to that nice grab from Interceptor there, you talk about knowing Venom, not as much for goalkeeping. You talk about Alduin, knowing him for goalkeeping. Well, Interceptor, definitely a known factor now. Unable to save it there as this clock does wind down, but still yet. Interceptor, one of those long-time players I mentioned earlier, and goalkeeping and midfielding definitely was his thing. I remember it being a very tough task oftentimes going up against him, whether in pubs or privates, back in the days when good goalkeeping was a extremely rare commodity compared to now, as more people get into the game and just get so good at it.
Yeah, it definitely used to be a rare commodity, but it's almost it's one of those things because back in the old meta, that 3v3, the goalkeeper was less of a focused position. You still need to be fluid in your positioning in the 4v4 meta, but back in the 3v3, I mean, you really had to be just a constant, swapping of positions there. And so now that you're able to focus on, to put a little bit more focus on, specific positions like that, you do have a lot of goalies cropping up, and just fantastic play there on both sides. I mean, Interceptor had a fantastic save near the end there. And Alduin picking one up himself as goalies have really gotten better over the last year.
Absolutely. And a quick shout out, redirecting to the Twitch chat just for a moment there. Once again, everyone, for joining us, whether it's Shock there's a Gunslinger again, Tyopsa saying donate $5. I want you to sing. If you can't do it on stream, I'll see you later in Pod 1. Well, we'll see about that maybe, but going back to the second round now, also Hasko stopping by. Shout out. See Linderway in there saying, just bought VR, but soon I'll become a pro. Look forward to it, man. There's a lot of players coming in. You might have seen it in the ticker earlier. There's just in the last 6 months or so alone, since around March when beta for the Quest came out for Echo. I mean, we're talking a 3-year-old game now, and it's increased just tenfold practically as a big shot goes out there. I think somewhere in the realm of 15, 16,000 new Discord users alone the last 6 months.
Yeah, it's been, the growth has been insane. As a Cosmic long shot. Oh, wow, what a shot. Alduin. There's no excuse, man. That was ridiculous there from Cosmic.
Yeah, fantastic shot there from Cosmic. I don't know if that was on, I assume not. Maybe it was just Discord doing a thing. But when you sang out that phrase, it also sounded auto-tuned. But I think it was just Discord being robotic, but it was very funnily timed. Anyway, Captain Will is going to dish it off here to Arrow Knight, now attempting their offense once again after that first 3 from Turbo. So good start, like you said, but let's see if Disc Junkies can come back now.
Yeah, Venom going over to Alduin. Alduin walking it in. Ooh, every other player in that situation would have gone for that shot there. He went for that pass to try to trick out the goalie, but the goalie was waiting for it. That one does get stopped, sent all the way back out, but now Arrow Knight is able to track that one down, came in with Alduin. Arrow Knight going up there to Captain Will. Captain Will got to cross it over to Alduin. Alduin moving in under pressure. That time was looking at taking the shot, but he got assaulted there. He's surrounded by orange players. Then we get sat out towards that far side trap where we get forwarded deeper into the blue zone.
So following the assault, see if they can get some pepper on that goal, but nope. Going to be retained by Venom instead. They have Arrow Knights calmly, coolly sitting there for that back pass potentially, but they don't even need it. They've got the forward one, and this is going to just enable this slow walk up the floor. As you see the spreading of the floor from both these teams, pretty decent. And now the defense retreating and the offense, well, they're joining.
Now Alduin sending it over. Ooh, just out of reach of Captain Will there. Captain Will now trying to track that one down. Picked up by Cyanide. He gets stunned out by Captain Will. Captain Will now under assault by that chain. Gonna get a good pass in there to Venom. Venom going across there to Aeronite. What a beautiful feed. Beautiful setup, and Aeronite, beautiful shot. And that's gonna put Dish Junkies back within one there. And yeah.
Definitely a thing of beauty. That is correct. And Venom assisting, and I think you can verify that that's something he definitely is known for. Just assisting, being a teammate, basically. He can do a little bit of everything, sure, but definitely just a great teammate, always hearing positive things, whether it's from you or others. Just, you know, there's a reason why. Anytime people see Venom, they lose their minds. As Captain Will making me lose mine. Arrow Knight, great delivery to that near dunk right in front.
The cold never bothered me anyway. That one's for Dakin, man. Yeah, Captain Will planting that one in. Wow.
I'm frozen off of what you just did there, but Interceptor is going to send it over to the midline now, just getting it lost off a few bounces. Captain Will retaining. Disc Junkies up by a point. There's about 3.5 minutes off the clock here. And just right back to Interceptor again. So some nice defensive plays from Turbo. They've definitely caused a few turnovers, although they're not really getting the better end of the clears slash the boost back towards the disc. You see Disc Junkies getting it back after it's lost.
Yeah, and yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Dakin's a little too excited over my reference there. As a Captain Will, ooh, he was in a great position, wasn't able to get a hand on the disc. And Aldwing sending it back up to Aeronite. Aeronite cross pass to Venom. Those two in the bubble have been very dangerous. Whether it doesn't matter who's sending the pass to which, you know, Venom to Aeronite, Aeronite to Venom, right in front of the bubble is working.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's working, and it's just that chemistry that you see there. It doesn't really matter necessarily. I mean, to a degree, okay. When you're warming up, sure, but I don't know how often these teams have scrimmed together, if at all. But you know, at a certain level of play, and you see these players, you know, all coming from teams in VRML here. There is a degree of chemistry that does translate. I mean, it can be a process, but as long as you can execute the fundamentals, it's pretty easy, at least for some of those cross-pass plays, to kind of, you know, translate that into a new team situation. Just position well and keep eye contact and open space between your teammates, and you'll have success.
Yeah, and speaking of open space, you got a 2-on-1 here. Long shot. That one's going to hit the barrier. It doesn't get to Venom on the other side. And bounces instead in the hands of Interceptor. Holds on to it for just a moment too long. Aeronite across Captain Will. Captain Will behind the goal is going to plant that one in for the 2. And Dish Junkies now up by 5. You know, it took them a while. They were down by 3. Then they were down by 1. And then suddenly they were up by 5, or up by 2, and now up by 5. 4.5 to go here. It took Dish Junkies a minute to get back in the secure position here. But 4.5 to go. They're feeling a little bit more confident, as it looks like they might be able to avoid that round 3. But of course, Turbo not going to let off the gas there. Not going to let off the turbo. As Aeronite, as Aeronite goes for that reset there to Aldwing.
All right, well, making a fast play, trying to approach that goal, and look at another good dish off. Another situation where you might have thought it was a shot attempt just slightly off, but no. A great positioned pass and a player there, Aeronite, to receive it.
Yeah, just a nice setup, and that's Dish Junkies starting to move away with the lead again. You know, we saw it. You saw a similar thing around 1, although they were more consistent throughout most of the round, where they, you know, it was in the latter half they really started running away with it. Now it's starting to have just piling on, but that one is gonna ding. It was a lightly ambitious shot, but was very near the mark. But nonetheless, it's back in the hands of blue team here. Aldwing's going to send this one in, bounces off a station, find its way back into the blue zone. So an opportunity here for Turbo if they are quick enough. I don't see a chain get together in the backfield. In fact, the only chain I saw on the floor was a blue chain. So will be Dish Junkies recollecting that disc with 3 minutes to go here, up by 7.
Yep, and at this point, going to come down to control, as it often does in games in general, but especially as you approach the final minutes. Teams are going to want to just take care of the disc, not try and force too much, the ones that are ahead, that is, because then you're just putting the other team kind of on the back pedals and trying to play this game of catch-up, which is just super uncomfortable because, yeah, you just keep looking at the clock and you feel that the time is slipping away from you, and now Turbo is going to have to indeed just be at turbo speed for the remainder of this round if they want to maybe attempt to force that round 3.
And that one bouncing very near the goal. I don't know if the slap was necessary because it does find its hands. The disc does find its way back in the hands of Disc Junkies. Aeronite now with it. Aeronite. Ooh, Venom had the goalie stunned out, so Aeronite was thinking about taking that shot, and no, the defenseman there was there to cover. And that's one of those things, I've seen more teams kind of set up, and they're not double goalie configurations, but they intentionally will plant a player near the goal. I know Kangaroos does that. I believe they call it the guard. I think it's guard, something like that. They're watching, so they can correct me. It's something I noticed Strem doing for them, but I know that they're not the only team that does it. I've seen it more and more. And it seems to be fairly effective. As long as you keep that second body out of the goal plane, it can be a really effective setup. Ooh, Captain Well with a shot. Can hit that one for the 2. Beautiful.
We'll talk about effective setups. That was just that. Now, 2 minutes had expired there. I mentioned the time wasting, and although not all of that was necessarily intentional so much as just some back and forth between the teams, still the same end results. A lot of clock wasted, a decent lead here, buffering... giving the buffer, that is, to Disc Junkies, so they're looking pretty good to sail on to the next round of the brackets here in this 2-day tournament.
Yeah, they are in a very good position, isn't? Oh, Venom to Captain Wells. Captain Will was streaking in on the far side there, and he just slaps that one in for the 2. And Disc Junkies looking really good here, looking to take round 2 in the game, round 1 in the tournament here, to move on to round 2, to face Iron Legends, I do believe they will be facing in round 2. Team I'm not too overly familiar with, at least not off the top of my head. But yeah, very convincing win here from Disc Junkies.
Yeah, and the first half of both of these rounds were fairly close. A lead, for Disc Junkies, but not so heavy-handed that it wasn't comebackable. But it was basically those last, 5-6 minutes or so where you did see the lead turn to a double-digit one. And then once they got to that point, they weren't really looking back. So, yeah, going forward now to the next round. This is, again, a double elimination tournament. It's randomly seeded, and not random teams, but a lot of mixed-up teams here. But... yeah, that will conclude this one, and a good victory for Disc Junkies.
Yeah, as I said, very convincing victory there. And, you can check on the stats there. Aeronite just popping off in this one. 17 points, 5 assists. He got the most points and the most assists in the game, as well as the most steals, incidentally. 3 steals there. And, you got everybody on Disc Junkies contributing on offense there, points and assists. And but 4 saves there to Interceptor, which is substantial. 4 saves there, Interceptor, 2 to Cyanide, 1 to Cosmic. A lot of good-looking stats on the board there, but yeah, fantastic game by Disc Junkies to move on to the next round.
Yeah, most definitely. And real quick, thanks to everyone again stopping by in the Twitch chat for engaging and interacting. We see Bendy, Niles, and Flute Freak there engaging in a bit-for-bit battle off, bit off. I don't know, I just bit off more than I could chew on that attempted pun. But anyway, nonetheless, thank you guys for joining in. See Hasko, of course. Always happy to see Hasko here, and always helpful. And again, making this event happen and making just all these events come to fruition, making the connections, getting the word of mouth out there. So always appreciate Hasko for that. And of course, as a gunslinger, we see there in the Twitch chat quite a bit. So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and we still got 2 more rounds to go in these brackets here, and already over about a quarter of the way to our goal. So thank you very much, guys, for the donations. Again, the link there, this is benefiting Gamers Outreach. The link to that you can find in the description of this Twitch channel here. You can also find it on the Discords and such, but it's on Tiltify. You can also visit arenacharitycup.com for more information and all the relevant links just as well. So thank you, guys. Now, as we do try and redirect to the next match, hopefully fairly shortly, we're going to take just a brief intermission, and we'll be back. All right, hello guys. Don't have a match up quite yet, but just wanted to check in with you all and just say what up. So still just trying to wait on one of these teams here to respond. Hopefully we'll get into this match rather shortly, but just wanted to check in with you guys and not leave you hanging for too long. And furthermore, also wanted to shout out once again our sponsors and thank them for helping promote this cup and sponsor this cup with the amazing prizes. We got, of course, HyperX, as we will see here once more, with the Cloud Mix headsets, 4 of them there for first place team. We also have the Cloud Alpha headsets for second place, and for third place, the Cloud earbuds. $50 as well will go to the top 3 users who fundraise money here on behalf of VR community builders. So thank you once again to all of our sponsors there for helping out with that. See Twitch chat still busy and full of people coming in with the bits, the donations, all that good stuff. I did see that request to sing, although is a rap really considered a song or a singing, you know? I mean, versus just talking rhythmically. I guess that's what singing is. Either or, though. I'm just trying to I'll get organized here and hopefully these teams can respond. We were initially planning, as I will bring the brackets up, we were initially planning to stream, let's see here, Jork, one of the 3 Joker teams I talked about. Team Jork, a variation of that, versus B Kinetic. So, attempting to get in touch with them, but let's see, have not been able to hear that. So if we don't hear back from them in the next minute or so, I think we do have another one maybe on standby here. So just give us a second. And yeah, there are a few Joker / Jork teams that you can see there. Very confusing, so I do have a list at the ready just to keep my own self kind of updated with who's who. But you see, there's Joker with a capital J, there's Joker with a lowercase j, there's Team Jork. Yeah, good luck with that. In any case, I believe we got communications with one of the teams here. We intended to stream, so we'll just be waiting a moment. But first, how about you guys take a look at this awesome new product, the Quadcast S, coming in on behalf of HyperX. All right, hello everyone. Once more, just waiting on the invites. We're told we got some comms with the teams, but we may just go into a different match here momentarily. Either or, we'll have the rest of the streams today coming back at you soon enough. This is again a 2-day event. Same start time tomorrow as well for the semifinals and finals. So I got some stuff coming along, don't you worry. And on that note, just as I say that, I do have a invite. So I'm happy about that. And we're going to get into this match rather shortly. So do stay tuned. And we'll be back in just a minute as we get settled. All right, guys, hello and welcome back once again. And this time we got your match ready to start here. We're in the lobby getting ready to go. And we indeed have one of the three joke, jork, whatever iterations here on stream. Team Jork this time coming in versus B-Tech Kinetic. And this is a cross-region match at that. So, yeah, we're about to start this off here. And once again on the cast, I'm Palidore, this is SirDimwi, and this is indeed the Arena Charity Cup, hosted here by VR Master League. And Dimwi, this is going to be an interesting one. In what way, I can't tell you how yet, but again, cross-region, some recognizable faces on either team. I'm looking forward to this one, kind of with bated breath, just to see how this does turn out, because it's been a while since I've seen or casted a cross-region game.
Yeah, same. You don't, excuse me, you don't see them all that often. You know, I mean, we almost saw a couple cross-region challenges, but we never actually, they never actually came to fruition. So we'll get a kind of a sneak peek at what that could look like here. And also, I'm very interested in how these rosters play together. You know, you got Lulz are the best there, going by Lulz. One Boosty Boy, currently going by Boosty. I don't know if that's a new name change. You know, one of our prolific streamers in the community here, doing fairly well for himself, as I understand it. Then Newt, a newsmaker, and you know, in his own right. And Duke Tigarbs, one of our another newer player in the community, who has been I recognize the name, so he's doing something right, or something wrong, but I don't have a negative connotation, so he's doing something right.
Yeah, for sure.
And then of course, yeah, David Yarker, Happy, Echo Zero, Yogsy, Echo Zero being a one of our league mods. Yogsy, I know I've said his name a million times, and also like his name. So yeah, very interested to see how these teams play together, and I'm also interested in hearing how many times any player in particular yells about pain.
Yeah, well, I won't hear it. Maybe you will, but yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I think that's kind of the beauty of a charity cup and a off-season kind of community cup, because I know there are prizes on the line, but at the same time, this is still. It's for a good cause. It's for fun. I mean, we see a lot of these events happening in the community, around the community, as of the last several weeks.
If you are playing to win, you're wrong. I'm just kidding.
Well, true. Everyone wants to win, of course, but just in the, there's more leeway for kind of testing new limits and, going with these mixed teams, cross-region region matches, different formats. I mean, we've seen a lot of that sort here in the community. We've got the Conquest series from Daniel McFabulous. We have, Seal. A lot of great stuff, and even better yet, we do have a match about to start. So here we go.
Yeah, it's counting down for these two teams to come out of the launch teams on this neutral joust, and away they go. And it looks like blue team, I believe, orange team here set up in a more defensive posture on that joust. And is it going to pay off? It does. Yogsy with a move there, slapping the disc off the ceiling as he pulls the ender. But they're right in the hands of Duke Tigarbs. Duke's going to send this one through mid, takes a few bounces there, right in the hands of David Yarker, sending it right back in. A few bounces there in mid, going to bounce down towards the floor where Boosty will pick it up, turning it around here for Team Jork.
It's going to make me laugh every time. Team Jork, Lulz, Boosty, Newt, Duke Tigarbs, like you said, recognizable names. Some of them changed a little bit, perhaps. The ever-popular dash and/or underscore being appended to the names, as we've seen from many teams, much like the actual Team Joker, come to think of it. So, hey, maybe there's a relation there. But with the grab here, snagging it out was OC Happy, sending it over there to David, and right back again, some very tight-knit passing in close quarters.
And I'm picked up by Echo Zero, sending that one back to Yogsy there in the back line. Yogsy going to send it back in Echo Zero. Echo Zero under assault, does get it stolen, only momentarily, though, gets it right back. Coming in on the bubble, goes for that ceiling pass across, hits Hawk Happy there. And trying to go to David Yarker, but that one just misses, and now he's going to get cleared out. We got a couple of stacks, a couple of leeches coming after this one. Overshooting there is Team Jork. The J is it's not a soft J, it's a hard J. But now popping into the strap here after the ceiling, going to be picked up by Yogsy, turning it around, looking over its options, gets stunned out. But gets released of that one nonetheless, and I do hear my first ping complaint right there as Echo Zero sending this one across to David Yarker. Oh, wow, that was close, but a great stop there by Newton. He sends it out.
Okay, 2 minutes in, we're scoreless thus far. Looking for some boost was Boosty, but over on the other end, Duke, well, he gets the oop. It's 3 points there on the open goal, just able to convert before the defense showed up. So with that, the seal is now broken, and Team York, as Dimwi said, is on the board.
Yeah, and the placement on that shot, too, that was dead center, man. That was dead center of the goal. He put it bullseye right in the center of the goal, but it's going to be Yogsy handling that one there. Sending it, looking for that left tube there. Was going for David Yarker, but it bounces right in their hands and Newt. Newt now under pressure, looking for some options here. Going to juke over the block, but David Yarker is going to say no to that one and pick that one up on a turnover there. And so back in possession is B-Tech Kinetic. Currently down by 3, but still 7 minutes to go as Echo Zero is under assault.
Look at all the brawls here unfolding. Every player just covered by a multitude of stuns before finally coming away with it. And look at that sling as well. Boosty threw that in with some ferocity. Now, 16 meters a second, fast, but I could swear it was even faster than that. That was strong.
Yeah, that was a whip of a shot. And, you saying... it went in. I wonder, did you check? Are we on Europe or NA right now? I actually have no idea. Because that would make sense if we're on Europe. North American shots would look a little bit faster to us. I think maybe, I don't know, or I'm just I'm goofy.
According to my trusty Oleg Nightbot, there we are in Iowa.
Iowa,
Europe.
Iowa, Europe. Ooh.
Yeah. But no, it looks like a North American server, and you know what? I'll satisfy that curiosity after this score. How about as Newt gets the grab, sends it over to Lulz. Lulz now trying to wait for the teammates to position out. You can see one in the back line actually for a reset. So kind of smart. They were a little off balance there, couldn't find the forward position. So what did they do? They just backed it out. They waited, and now they're going to have another attempt here at offense with maybe the defense off balance.
Yeah, they do have Lulz going for a long shot there. Echo Zero, I believe he got the grab on the bounce off the rim. Maybe I could be mistaken. But Duke now with it again on the back line. Ooh, was stunned out. That was we call that a dead man pass. There is the sort of pass we send it, someone immediately gets stunned out. Long shot. Is this one going to be on the mark? No, and they don't even get that flat bounce. Echo Zero does track this one down. Can't get the grab on it. Does, but as he does, he gets stunned out there by Boosty. Boosty now going to get this clear. And another race where seeing a lot of clear and boosting here in this game. A lot more than we saw in the last game, I think.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of speed being shown here as we just sail back and forth across the floor. Not really a lot of time wasted, just the pace, frantic, frenetic, and kinetic indeed. As they go for the recovery here. Team Jork up high. Boosty looking for the shot, just finds a stun instead.
And that stuns what sent the shot high, wide. As he got stunned out halfway through, sending it away. But Echo Zero picks that one up. Good pass there to Yogsy. Yogsy's going to forward this one through mid. All the way down into Team York zone. David Yarker gets a hand on it, but he loses it. Newt's going to slap that one out of the bubble there, being picked up by Yogsy. Yogsy now on the back line here. B-Tech Kinetic back in possession. Yogsy moving in near side floor. Going to send that one across. It's Echo Zero. Echo Zero has David Yarker. Oh, and that's one of those. But, picked up by Auk Happy. Sending it in to Echo Zero, who hits that one for the 2. And I was just going to comment, just that pass across at the bottom that got missed by the player was one of those. I don't know if anyone's, I don't know how many people have noticed this, but I know it's true for me and a lot of people I know. That when you're going to, when someone's sending a pass at you and it's a bounce pass, and you got to grab it. If the bounce is going to happen at the same point you're going to grab it, chances are you're going to grab the floor. I don't know why that is, but that's what we saw there. I'm fairly certain. Oh, an opportunity here, 2-on-1. Oh, that chain comes in quick.
Quick it is, and Newt with a disc, not for too long, as it actually does go right back towards his direction. Newt sending it to the bow tie, and lulls right by the defense, trying to slice it through. Didn't find the pass, but they'll still get a rebound nonetheless as Boosty comes away with it. And now another chance maybe to Newt down there, but kind of overshooting and over-newting, and at the moment, Duke looking for that up high pass, and that was really nice from that crown on the nest.
Yeah, it was nice. Goalie just got back in the goal. That defenseman, there was a defenseman nearby who was covering a zone entry from someone else. That was one. They just had not enough people in the bubble there. There were two players right at the edge of the bubble waiting for passes, and 2 players in the bubble. One of those players has to take the goal, and that's what left Boosty open. And Newt taking a long shot there after stuffing the quarterback, but that one goes wide, and now back in possession is B-Tech Kinetic.
Yeah, still trying to get a little bit of momentum in the works, but having trouble scoring all too much. They did have that one a couple minutes ago, but trying to do it again here if they can find some boosting maybe underway. And instead, it'll just be Boosty with a disc, sending it to Newt over on the right side through the tunnel and right back again. But you can see, well, you can see the dangers here of that speed, that shot, and the recovery from Newt.
That's what I hope someone from that pub I was in yesterday or 2 days ago is here, because there was a shot I went for, and I was explaining, because it was basically that shot there where you kind of try to scoop it on the wall in the tube, and it dinged off the goal. And I was explaining to the pub, I was like, look, I wasn't expecting it to go in, but like that's a shot you could take. It scoops off. They were like, yeah. And I'm like, no, for real. They did not believe me. I wish they could be here so I could point it out and say, clip that, watch it back. That's the shot I was talking about.
Yeah, definitely a lot of creative and clever ways you can use the arena, and it's just going to increase the amount of times we see that now as the skill level continues being pushed. The ceiling keeps getting taller. It'll really come down to those really small advantages, those minute plays where they're not obvious, but it's just the tiny edges. They do give you the advantages, and you see the top teams take advantage of those kind of things on the regular.
Ooh, Lowell's getting a grab there. Lowell's sending this one in. Gonna hit Boosty. Boosty now empty net. Ooh. He's not gonna have any trouble with that one. Gonna send that one in for the 3. And now Team York is up by 10 as Boosty says that shot there was for charity.
That was a great shot for charity indeed. And you know what, on that note, thank you again everyone who's donated or watched and just supported so far. Ready at what, 270. So awesome stuff from you guys. Appreciate all the support, whether you're viewing, donating, both, whatever the case is. Grateful for you guys, and we'll get to some shout outs as well in a little bit, as that is just a little bit off.
Oh, now still in possession. That was Newt coming in and inverted. Oh, that would have been a great drive. That would have been, I would call it a foolish drive, but that would have been a great drive had he been able to get that one in. He was very close. We did grab there by Yogsy. sending that one out of the bubble. Going to find the hands though of Boosie. So still in possession is Team York with 35 seconds to go. Boosie sending that one to the back line, looking for Duke Tygarb. The bounces are not favorable. He does ultimately pick it up. Sends that one across. Going to hit Newt there. Newt coming in. Newt taking a shot. Ooh, that one's going to bounce wide now. And back to this near side wall where we picked up a Yogs and can turn around for the final 15 seconds of the game here down into the blue zone.
You know, I've talked about before, we do see some of those regrabs kind of missing there. I know during the finals and whatnot, I had this conversation on the cast as some nice passing actually. So hold that thought. Oh, hold that shot. Duke tries hard. There you go. I saw that request in there. That was a great grab, though. Nearly went in, and some clever passing underway. But the first round going to Team Jork. 12-2, and maybe a server switch. We shall see.
Oh, we're doing a server switch. That's interesting.
Interesting, but not all that unpredictable necessarily. Figured it might be the case.
Honestly, I figured they would have just settled on. Well, I guess if we're in Iowa, that's particularly unfavorable. They definitely want an East Coast server for this. Yeah. If they were looking for NA, but yeah, I'm curious what we're gonna end up with for round 2, as all of the EU players drop out of this one.
Yeah,
to go find that new server.
So we might end up losing the stats upon that, but yeah, the server switch. It was a possibility with these cross regions. That was kind of the case in the past, where you'd see an Echo competition, even outside of cross regions. Sometimes you would see those between round switches, dependent on how things were going. So we're gonna redirect there and try and join these players on the other side. But in the meantime, do want to give shout-outs to once again everyone who's stopped by, watched, and donated. We've got over there on the Tiltify site where the donations are going through. That's the approved source there from Gamers Outreach. But we have Mr. Nate Bro putting in $5, Rox Titan as well with 20, Lanzan with 20, and a heart at that. Got No Man in there. Hooray for helping. I agree. KFC Gamer as well. $5 and saying, I expect Palidore to sing the Spanish rap. I love what y'all are doing, though. I love what you guys are doing. Thank you for that. And again, maybe a little bit later, depending. But Nightfire with 30 as well for the gamers, says Knight. And indeed, that's what it's for. A good cause, and it is indeed for the gamers. So with that, we're just going to attempt to get into the server here, waiting some invites again. So do be patient. Now I actually have one, so no problem. Aiden saying, oh yes, am going to make memes off of that try-hard clip. Wouldn't be the first time someone's memed a clip of mine. To varying results. Sometimes they're amazing, other times they're uncomfortable. But you do you. I approve of all your memes. Weird or otherwise. Alright, so should be up for you, Dimwi, if you want to join that.
Okie dokie.
Cosmic saying, Palidore, I want my signed haiku. Ah, yes. Well, I can actually do that now. I have postcards and I have postcard stamps. And if you must know, they were Disney-themed postcards. Or, no, Pixar postcards, actually. So, sure, I'll send you stuff if you do want. Let me know. Send me another DM. That can be that's my prize for this cup, I guess. All right, there we go. So I'm in. Let me know once you are, and we can let these teams know also. Oh, okay, good. Let these teams know that we can begin as they please. All right, Interlock Studios up and by in there. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to read your comment earlier. It said, yeah, Palidore, I finally joined a team. Are you proud of me? I really am. That's amazing. Interlock, one of the very frequent viewers of the Season 2 of VRML last couple months. And yeah, great to see people going from viewer to player or vice versa. Either way, it's good to see people in the community staying in the community and if nothing else, getting even more integrated into it. So that's great. I look forward to casting some of your matches next season for sure. We got a princess in there as well in the chat stopping by and providing that donation link. Indeed, there's the link there to Tiltify. You can also find the link to that in the channel description here on Twitch if you scroll down a bit. Maybe if you're on mobile, it wouldn't be as handy, but if you're on desktop, you can go find that by scrolling down. The links to the Arena website, or Arena Charity Cup website, as well as HyperX, and of course the Tiltify to donate. And already making some good headway into our goal. And again, we have a 2-day event here. Finals, semifinals, and finals are tomorrow in this double elimination tournament. So you got a lot of gameplay yet ahead for you guys. See Interlock saying, we played 3 scrims and lost them all. But you know what? I know it's kind of cliche, but you do tend to learn more from your losses than your wins, right? Or at least if you go in with the right mindset. You know, it's
generally yes.
Yeah, and especially if you're a new team as well. I don't know who you scrimmed and such, but it's, you know, everyone eats some losses at every single level, but that's kind of how you get better. And I think the beauty of having an upwards of probably 200 teams going into the next season, I imagine. I mean, you have a lot of competition to both get better with and play against, but just the same, a lot of selection. You know, you have a lot of chances to scrim and face off against teams of your own caliber, and just again kind of jostle for that ladder positioning together and fight for it. So I love that part about the whole system there in VRML. See also Hasko with a donation as well, $35, taking the top spot from Nightfire, challenging someone to take it from her. Well, maybe someone will meet that challenge. We shall see. But thank you very much for that donation and the call out. Interlock saying we played Iron Legends and they almost mercied us. Well, there you go. You see, they're Iron Legends. They played last season as well, and I casted a few of their matches, and there were some very entertaining ones at that. But yeah, a lot of it comes down to just that experience, and you got a team who was already playing. That's already a bit of an advantage in itself, but still a good way to eventually learn from and get better. All right, so we do have the second round now after that server switch coming in. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us here. I'm Palidore. It's SirDimwi. This is the Arena Charity Cup, and let's get it into round 2 between these two cross-region teams.
Yeah, it was a quick, excuse me, a quick headbutt there by Team York as they brought that one in. Newt, though, picking that one up a couple times, going to send that one in. Actually, I believe we have swapped sides here. So that was actually BTech Connecticut in the quick headbutt. And then now Team York will be on orange now. BTech Connecticut is on blue as headbutt there, picked up by Happy, sending this one in deep. Ooh, just wide. And on that bouncing out where Echo Zero picked that one up. Echo Zero bringing this one in inverted, and he's going to hit that one for the 3, and that's going to be our first goal of round 2 here between these two teams.
Yep, 3 points there for Team York, and well, look at that. It didn't even take very long. Redirecting my attention real quick because we got a $50 donation in there coming in from Free Newt. Seems like it cost Newt, but thank you very much for the donation. Very kind of you, and again, appreciate that. It's for a great cause there in Gamers Outreach, providing software and hardware for kids in hospitals, helping kind of the recovery process and just make their stays and their recoveries a little bit easier as we get a nice and easy passing play to OC Happy.
Yeah, that's just a nice play there.
I'm just realizing,
on the backside.
Excuse me, sorry chat, I'm just realizing these teams switch colors between the rounds. Well, that's always something that throws you for a loop, so let me just take care of that. Boom.
Yeah, that was, I was pointing that out about a minute ago, so chat's hearing that for the second time. As now Law's on the far side there, bringing this one in.
Didn't we with the sass, but my bad on that one. The team.
Not sass. That was not sass. That was not sass.
No, it's deserved sass. I apparently just tuned you out. But yeah, Newt with the disc now. And now we got the appropriate sides and the appropriate places. But way to do your casters dirty, teams. Jeez.
Haskell, that was not sass. That was not sass. I was just pointing it out as ooh, long shot there. Because the cast would have obviously noticed that pointing that out. I was just saying. I was letting Palidore know that had taken place. That's all. It wasn't sass. Go chill.
You dig your hole, I build my wall. There's the singing request. I fulfilled it. It wasn't the Spanish rap, but nonetheless, you're good, Dimwi. We love us some SirDimwi, and we love us some Echo Arena as they continue to play here. 5 points up for Team Jork, 3 minutes in.
I have an excuse today. So, another long shot there, going to bounce off a barrier. As a nice pickup there by Echo Zero. And so, you know, they're going to say, we have a drop, actually, at the moment. I don't know who it was that dropped out. Looks David Yarker is here. Yeah, Yogsy is gone. Yogsy, so David Yarker there. They're looking at a 3-on-4. Ooh, that bounces off forever. We're going to find the hands of Newt there. Newt is going to get this one cleared out all the way down into the B-Tech kinetic zone.
Now just looking for some grabs, some leeches, and some nice ones at that, actually, as they all fly across the floor quite fast and, again, just so frantic in this back and forth jostling between these teams. I mean, that could have been maybe a good goal attempt there had that pass been caught, but just over the fingertips. So it will, in fact, result in another clear, another series of boosts and leeches and what have you. And right back the way of a B-Tech Kinetic, it looks like. So right back at him now.
Walls sending this one in deep.
I mixed up again, by the way.
And Boosty, Boosty, hey. But Newt's going to plant that one in for the 2.
Now,
but that was a 4v3, so maybe you're going to see a restart here, or excuse me, a pause. Not a restart. We don't do restarts.
Can I just take a second to to direct my attention to the fact that we have a pause button now? I know it's not new news, but in terms of how often it's been able to be seen on the streams, not as often, because VRML Season 2 had ended just before it was implemented there, and just very, very, very happy to see that in. So thank you to Ready at Dawn for those updates. Nice quality of life adjustment here for all these players.
Big steal there by OC Happy, who's going to send that one in for the 2. And so that 2 that Team York got in that 4v3 was just canceled out there by that quick turnover, and B-Tech Kinetic is back up by 5.
Yeah, so there you go. Sometimes all you need is another round to make those adjustments. Sometimes maybe all you need is another server, but whatever the case is, they're feeling much more comfortable here in this round, and now just trying to get back in to the mix is Team Jork.
And big steal there by Boost. He was able to send that one in for the 2. So back within 5 minutes to go here in round 2. As I believe it was Team York that took round 1, correct?
Yep. If that was a subtle hint, I got you.
It was a 50-50. It was a hint, and I wasn't sure. I was making sure.
Also, yeah, that is correct. So, yeah, off that side switch, the color switch there, so I had to do a couple switches on the fly there on the overlay end. So, again, apologies for that stream. But now I do believe everything is correct as we have David Yarker approaching, looking for maybe a crossover right underneath and right over to the back. It's OC Happy from Echo Zero on that nice passing play.
Yeah, it's more good passing. You know, yeah, I was going to say, thinking it was, they're going to say it's server. I'm going to say it's a color blue because it's the blue team that is doing it, that is the winning the game so far.
Yeah, possibly. Either or. I know people do favor the blue, if nothing else, just maybe easier on the eyes. I don't know if that's a good thing, though, in competitive play. Maybe you want to be able to see the glaring, red outlines of your teammates. Either way, though, it's down the floor for OC Happy, and again, putting through a goal. So 12-4, this is a very dramatically different round from the first.
Dramatically different is a good phrase for it. As B-Tech Kinetic finding themselves up by 8 here. Still over 3 minutes to go, so it's not insurmountable here for Team York. But yeah, this is starting to get away from them here. Over on, I believe, I presume an EU server, as there's a question in the chat there. Although if not EU, closer to EU is Boosty. He's going to bring that one in for the 2, cutting their lead down to 6. We'll see if Team York can build off of that in this last 3 minutes, or if we're going to go to a round 3.
Yeah, they're still right within reach for sure. But round 3 would always be lovely to see, of course. So either or, we'll still have another few minutes to see where that goes. And just to answer the questions there, yeah, this is a EU server now. The last one was Iowa. This one is Brussels. So there you go. Now, David Yarker with the disc and with the 6-point advantage, 2.5 left.
So we got BTech Kinetic currently in possession, playing a very slow protect scheme here as Echo Zero. So that one back across, out of reach, so currently loose. But does find the hands of Echo Zero once again. Nuke going to apply some deep pressure here. Pass over to David Yarker, moving in on the near side wall. David Yarker moving through the tube. Let's have Duke Tycarb in that lane there, so he's going to reset that one to Yogsy in the back lane. They're going to push in to the offensive zone as Yogsy sending that one to OC Happy. OC Happy moving in on the far side as Echo Zero cutting in, goes over to Echo Zero, ooh, just behind him. And Echo Zero does track it down, but he's under assault by Duke. Nice Dusty there as he sends that one over to OC Happy. OC Happy down to the floor there, going to hit David Yarker. David Yarker wants to do something. Hits Echo Zero, and Echo Zero is going to find it for the 2, and they're back up by 8.
Really nice patience there. Just when you think that David was going to take that shot, just made a pass instead. Found the open man cutting in with all the defense, directed the wrong way. So that was a good move and a nice finish there to put them up a little bit more and potentially start securing this round here in the second. Just 1:20 left.
Echo Zero, ooh, he's gonna get stuffed there by Newt. Newt try to duck. That's another thing. If you don't have the ping for it, man, you can't be ducking. Even if it's just the other team, because you're gonna time it to what you're used to is basically right before you get to that other player. But it's not gonna work with the ping, with the high pings there, because for you might be just get there. For them, you're already on top of them. Ooh, a long shot there from Echo Zero. He's gonna put that one in for the 3. It's an 11-point lead here with only about 30 seconds to go once we come out of the tube. So that one, not end round 2, but round 2 will go towards BTech Kinetic, and we will be getting a round 3.
Yeah, that will be the case. Maybe another server switch, unknown as of yet, but we'll follow these teams wherever they go. And OC Happy, who's been piling on points by the dozen, it feels like, just about. Missing that shot there, but they're going to get a rebound with 23 remaining. A pass that just misses the hands there, grazing past the boot and right back to the tunnel as it will be contested by Boosty. Boosty with a clear, a nice prep stack from the back, but losing out on the regrabs will just allow BTech, it looks like, to grab this one once again. Perhaps, or at the very least, delay things long enough to just end this round now. So with that, round 2 now in the books. 17-6, favoring BTech Kinetic. Now, as we redirect to the stats sheet here, just a second, keep in mind that these stats are, they will be a little bit outdated because of the server switches. Unfortunately, we can't keep up with that quite yet as far as pulling the stats, but nonetheless, very effective round from BTech to just come back and not get too discouraged after what was a kind of rugged first round there. But just keeping their bearings, or maybe just collecting their bearings off of that server change and finding some success now. So not sure where we're going to go, if we're going to stay here or not, but whatever the case is, round 3 it is for the first time here on this Charity Cup stream of the day. This is, of course, just our second match so far. We still have one more round at least coming, maybe even more, depending. I believe I saw something about a potential quest break happening soon, so we might get something else going in there. I'll have to confirm.
You know, it's funny. You know how they're deciding if they're going to swap servers for round 3?
How's that?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, of course.
They're playing it right now at the double stack in the blue zone. I'm not on them. I'm going to get on them. This is actually really funny. This is for real. They're all there right now. If you can get a cam on this.
I got a cam on it.
And an F5.
What do we decide?
I'll F5 until I hear the first curse.
Right.
They're being very
paper, scissors, go. That's paper, right? Your thumb's not up. Okay.
Does it need to be up?
Oh wait, gun is scissors.
Okay.
Nah, just use your other hand.
Yeah,
for
you
a push
both had
attack.
paper, so go again.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
All right.
wait, should we do scissors? paper, rock.
You know, this is becoming one of my favorite pastimes. These timeout rock, paper, scissors games, along with Trennis.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Oh, sorry.
go. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, that doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Rock,
I don't know how to play.
paper, scissors, go.
Shoot.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Got
It's
it.
like we will be switching servers.
Yes, dude.
I think they're more happy about that than anything. I mean, well, all right. Server switch it is. The very clutch game of rock, paper, scissors going through, and we will be, in fact, changing servers one more time for our decisive third round.
And Haskell and Shaq asking who's on cameras. It is Palidore. Palidore is working the camps today.
Yes, Cams and the cast and Dimwi here alongside, and happy to be back. Our duo, like I said, it's been a few weeks, maybe more than a few weeks, in fact, but it's good to get some casts back in after a little bit of a break here and there between the daily matches, the hourly matches, in fact, of season 2. All right, so I'll take that as an I agree, Pally. We're gonna once again switch it up here, although only one of the players has left so far. But in the meantime, we'll go back to the score screen here. Just a quick second. There we go. And take a look at once more the stats and the score lines, just minding you that they're round stats, not series stats, because of the server switches. But of course, much love and credit, of course, to Ignite for their wonderful tools, their API tools for Echo, the Ignite bot, and definitely head on over to Ignite VR and just check out all their great stuff, because yeah, they just make the lives of streamers and players, for that matter, so much easier with their fantastic tools.
Ignite is awesome. Ignite is awesome. Those guys are awesome. They're all awesome, and yeah, I will sing Ignite's praises from sun up to sundown. What they're doing for this tournament, for other tournaments, for VRML. I mean, the stuff they do for the cast is, it was that speedometer thing was literally, there was a discussion about joust speeds and in the league general, and I was like, it'd be cool if we had a speedometer live. And NTS France was like, yeah, I'll look into it. And literally within the week, we had a speedometer at cast. It was phenomenal. I mean, that was so cool to see that happen so fast and it be so effective. Yeah, those guys do some really, really good work.
Yeah, as always, Ignite bring that heat, and very, very grateful and appreciative towards them for that. And on that note, we've got ourselves a match up there for you to join whenever you would like. And we're going to get going here into the third and final round off one more server switch in this cross-region game. So bear with us for just a moment. Separate note, again, thank you everyone for tuning in and joining us here on this Arena Charity Cup stream across both today and tomorrow. Same time tomorrow as well. But glad to have everyone joining on board. Again, thankful for our great sponsors. They're HyperX sponsoring this cup, as well as VR Community Builders, and HyperX providing some headsets for the top 3 teams. Cloud Mix for first place, Cloud Alpha for second place, and Cloud Earbuds for the third place team, and as well as VR Community Builders will be sponsoring a $50 prize to the 3 individuals who get the most donations secured under their name there. So grateful to everyone for joining once more as we do prepare now for the third round. We are ready. Of course, the player's not quite yet.
Yeah, almost ready. Still missing just one, and we are back on our. No, okay, we're staying with the color scheme from last game. So BTech Kinetic will be on blue again, and Team York will be on orange again.
All right, good.
From round 2.
Good call. Thank you for that. Now I don't have to worry about fast acting in the middle of the action. So good to see. Can't confuse me twice. Well, no, they probably could. Never mind. But all right, now all 4 players
Fool
for
me
both
once,
teams in.
shame on you. Fool me twice,
Shame on we.
ain't gonna fool me again.
Oh. All right. All right. So Team Jork and BTech Kinetic finding themselves here back on Let's see, what server might this be? Oh, we're back in Iowa. All right, there we go. So back indeed to the original, as mentioned here on the North American side. This is the second round of the brackets so far. Keeping in mind, we had 22 teams participating here. It is double elimination, so still in the upper brackets on the stream here. So wherever we go, these teams still not out of the race, whoever does happen to take a loss. But of course, in a community cup and a charity cup like this, there are no losers. It's only winners. It's all a community effort, and it's very fun to see people stopping in and supporting, whether as players, viewers, casters, organizers, or otherwise. Just glad to be doing these events here in Echo.
Oh yeah, this is you know, this is the spice of life. This is you know, you get your job all day and it's monotonous, and you get home and you make dinner, and that's monotonous, and you watch evening news, and that's monotonous, and you wake up and you do it again. But on days like today, you get to look forward to a little Echo Arena, and that's not monotonous. That's just awesome.
Oh yeah,
and it's the future.
Yeah, and for anyone new joining onto these streams, maybe not as familiar with Echo Arena or Echo VR or VR in general. I mean, that's the thing. We've seen month after month growth and growth, nonstop pretty much here, and feel like with the Quest 2, the release window just this past week now, and going into the future, the holiday seasons, and so on. I mean, growth is only going to continue. This game here has been around for 3 strong years already. You know, before it came onto the Quest, it was on PC and one of the most popular games on PC VR. And now Quest users are able to come in with the amazing Quest 2 as well, and just start seeing why it's been such a big deal and why we've been here for the last few years. Because this game is something else, and words never do it justice. So go download it. It's free if you haven't already.
And you know, it's one of those, and I gotta, every time we bring this up, I gotta put it out there, because I think this is effective in expressing, you know, that because, you know, I always say, and I've said this a million times, I'll say it a million more times, it's like trying to tell someone what chocolate tastes like if they've never tasted it. You can't do it. And that first day in, man, you make a discovery. Like, that's how I've always said it. Yeah, first day in, it's just wow. You know, there's a lot in VR that'll make you go, wow. Not like this, man. It's the way they made this game. Nothing feels as what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when you feel like you're in it. You know, what's the word? Somebody help me out. What? Immersive. Yeah. You will not find a more immersive VR title. You just won't. And it comes. A lot of it comes down to locomotion. A line. I've stolen that line from your old teammate. Oh my God.
Well, yeah. What was his name? What was his name, Dimwi? My old teammate.
Lemming. So,
oh yeah, that guy.
It's not that it's not like it was an original thought from Lemming, but the line. Yeah. That was just the best way to put it, and yeah, this is something special. We all know it. That's why we're all here. Part of the reason why we're all here.
Well, I mean, you gotta take it from if anyone knows Locomotion and Echo, it would be Lemming. He made a absolute living off of just being very, very mobile before a vast majority of players were. So, yeah, definitely a huge proponent of Echo and its mobility, and it's what brings a game truly to life with Echo Arena. It is like a sport. It is immersive. It is visceral. Everything you're doing. I mean, there's very few that's just left to button presses. A lot of it is just purely your physical action in real life and how you react, just like you would if you were on a football field or a basketball court or what have you. But at the moment, a miniature Joker train or Jork train as a Lulz gets it through for the first 2.
That's a solid little goal there. Bring that one in, and yeah, didn't even get a full swing around the teammate he was using as an anchor. He just kind of almost like he feigned it and then released, and yeah, that was enough to draw the goalie off balance. And that gives Team York their first 2, our first goal of round 3 here with just still over 9 to go. Yeah,
and cheers also to the Twitch chat there. Compliments from Hasko and the Gunslinger as well on the production, and yeah, happy to do it. I mean, compliments to them on helping organize all of this and secure sponsors and visibility, and just helping this all along to become a very, very fun event and a lot of participation, both on stream and in the game. So cheers to them once more as the game continues here in this third decisive round.
Going a good feed in there to Echo Zero, who's going to bring that one in on a hook shot to beat the goalie. Good shot there by Echo Zero, and you can see it. Your angle on that was so much better than mine. You can really see how he hooked that one in. That's that full extension. It starts at the waist and comes all the way around. He sends that one in high. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, brought it right up there. Like I said, it's or like I said, it was a testament to the physicality, right? It's what you do in real life. If you're gonna use your full wingspan, you have a large wingspan, take advantage of it. You're very athletic in real life, take advantage of it. Duck, jump. I know some people will hate that I said that, but you know what? It's a reality. It's sports, and right there, it's OC Happy yet again, right where they left off in round 2 with another score.
Yeah, that's one of those things. You brought it up earlier about positioning and how. Even though Echo Zero got stunned out, I don't know if he was intending to pass it. I don't know if he was intending to shoot it. But because Oski Happy was in a good position, he was there to pick that one up and complete it, send it in nonetheless, and they're up by 2.
Yeah, so despite, again, that server change, I mean, we saw whether, how much of it was reality, how much of it was placebo, who knows, but whatever the case is, the comfort from the home servers was a thing in rounds 1 and 2, but right now, a small advantage going to BTech despite being across the ocean server side, as a wind-around anchor off his own player, I believe, will result in the clear, the boost, and the shot. What a play!
Wow, that was fantastic. They had so they were chaining in. Now, maybe from his perspective, he may have not even known the leech was there, but that leech was so close. That was nice. That was a good goal. That was a fantastic goal. No hesitation. That's why you can't hesitate. Had he hesitated, I don't think that shot gets off. That was beautiful.
Yeah, you really don't have time for hesitation here in Echo Arena, especially in 4v4, and especially with teams like these. Just we saw it in that first round, that fast pace, the fast boosting coming in, and you take a single second of hesitation, and that goal is going to be closed off defensively. So right moves as they try for another boost off that clear. Losing the disc, though, on those handles. So Echo Zero still regathers, finds that nest pass, finds the bottoms, and bottoms up. David Yarker, 9-2.
That's another good goal there. They draw the defense way away from the goal for that one. No one there to even stop it from going in. And yeah, up by 7 now is BTech Kinetic, and this is one of those times. Well, I'm not going to start yet. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up again. I'm sure I will, but I'm not going to bring it up yet, as Walls is going to send this one in deep.
All right, and right across, a bit too strong in the pass, but there you go. Right off the wall is a rebound, so there's that spacing of the floor, and we're seeing these teams now just try to kind of position around that bubble defensively. They're not pressuring super hard. They're just trying to look for that positioning as, well, that's some not so great positioning. I do believe that's a crash as they crash the goal for 2. Boosty, putting them back up, and they're going to take full advantage. They needed to, and they got to.
Yeah, solid. And we get a pause there. The first, I think it's my first witnessing of the pause button in a proper game. As there was a drop there for BTech Kinetic, but they got him right back there. It was David Yarker who dropped out, but he's already back in the game, so we should get started here any minute. But yeah, that was a good goal there from Team York. Goal they needed, 5.5 minutes on the clock. 5-point difference as we get that countdown to the countdown. There we go, and it just picks up right where it left off. Which is kind of nifty. I love that. It's so awesome. We got that pause button. That's going to make such a big difference.
Absolutely, it makes me very, very, very happy to see that, and just excellent quality of life change there for the players and the streams alike. So great to see that. And Yogsy with the disc here. They're at the 5-point advantage, and they have 5 minutes left in this third round. There's the boost and take back from Team York.
So this one cleared all the way back into the blue bubble there for BTech Kinetic, and that will be David Yarker picking it up there. Well, David going to move up the near side wall as kind of a spread of a defense there. Very aggressive forecheck.
Yeah.
You know, Team York. You're seeing that because they're down. They're down. They know they need to catch back up, and they want to do it with time to spare. That way, you know, they can get that padding. They don't have to play to the last minute. They don't have to play to the whistle. Well, I mean, you always play to the whistle. You know what I mean? Yeah. They definitely want to get there sooner rather than later, and that's how you do it there. Duke Tigers bring that one in from the feet from Laws, and they're back within 3 with didn't catch the clock. Right about 4 minutes to go here on round 3.
Nice from Duke, holding on to his garbs as he dives in on the goal. So with a 3-point disadvantage, I mean, they bring it a little closer. You know, B-Tech here has a chance to regain control a bit and just advance that lead a bit once more. But, I mean, there's enough time for sure. And, again, contrary to maybe what you expected based off the server switch here, B-Tech is looking pretty comfortable overall. Just look at this nice work up the floor. Very controlled, very calculated. There's a nice reception. And, nope, deflection coming in off the nice stuns there. And the chains as well. 3 different players from Jork.
Now, Boosty recollecting that one. Going to send this one in deep. Looking for that flat bounce. Does get it. Gets it right back.
Oh,
that
wow.
was one, you know, had the goalie ping change gone in, I wonder, because from my perspective, that was in. But because it turned blue and Echo Zero got that credit for it from his perspective, you know he got the grab.
Oh, yeah. That was, I mean, they don't like to see the point go through, obviously, but they saved it from being a tie. So Echo Zero with nonetheless just a tremendous grab. So, I mean, yeah, this is still a different game because of that, and in a position now to maybe advance. And let's see, OC Happy looking up top to the ceiling. The goalies all diving out a bit there and just kind of out of position, trying to find the backboard pass, but couldn't reach into that well this time.
Tracking it down, trying to. A couple players. Ultimately will be David Yark, who's going to send that one for the reset there to Yogsy. And that's a good use of the reset there, as Yogsy is trying to pull that defense out to him. Defense does not want to bite. Defense knows exactly what Yogsy's trying to do, and it's only a 1 point difference here. They can afford that time. As this one does get sent in there to OC Happy, gets a one-on-one, and no, excuse me, goes to David Yarker.
Ooh.
Oh, and the stop! I didn't even catch who stopped it. The Laws, who was that? Boosty. It might have been a headbutt. I'm not sure, but Boosty got the stop. And now this one's still loose, fighting for it over there in the far side too. Far side trap. OC Happy comes away with it over to David. David sending that one. Ooh, nice read there by Newt. Newt's going to get this cleared.
Very important saves there and eventually getting the clear. Can they transition into a goal, however? That could be a big shot with less than 2 minutes left. They're going to take it. They're going to make it. They've got a 1 point advantage here in the third and final round between these two teams, cross-region. Exciting finish, it looks like.
I was not expecting this. I wasn't. I really wasn't. But we got a 1 point game, minute and a half. It's time to get a little hype, I think. As Yogsy sending that one to the right too. Pits Echo Zero, stolen by Laws. Laws wants to send that one in, but he can't, so he's going to send it to the Chain there. Chain doing the Joker train. Brings it in. They're up by 3.
Oh, if there's a way for Jork to take a firm lead here, or at least a 3-point-1 in the late game, I guess you got to do your namesake some justice, right? 12-9. Wow.
Yeah, so it's B-Tech Kinetic, our friends from Europe there. They have a 3-point deficit to overcome here. Nice. Pulling the Dusty there was Echo Zero. Echo Zero going to send that one back to Yogsy on the back line. Yogsy sending this one up to OC Happy on the far side too. Oh, good interception there by Boosty. All they got to do is run the clock here. Boosty going to send this one in 38 seconds. Going to find the hands of Yogsy. Yogsy turning around here for B-Tech Kinetic. Under pressure by Laws, waiting for his team to get into a better position. They're in the zone. OC Happy gets stunned out. Another steal there. Newt with it. Newt wanted to go for the ceiling shot, but that one's going to get turned over. 22 seconds. David Yarker with it. David sending it up to Echo Zero. Echo Zero going to send this one in. Hits OC Happy. OC Happy. They need a 3. Sends it across to David. David takes a shot. That was going to dig. It bounces out. 11 seconds to go here. It's going to be in the hands of Echo Zero. Echo Zero looking for a pass option. Goes in off the ceiling there. Hits David Yarker. David Yarker sending it across. OC Happy. Go for an anchor shot. That one's going to ding wide. And that's going to end round 3. Team York will be moving on to the next round. And B-Tech Kinetic will be finding themselves 1 loss away from elimination, going down into the lower bracket.
And that, what a thrilling finish. Yeah, as you mentioned, double limbs, so being an upper bracket match, they still have a chance either way. But wow, what a finish there. Just barely eking by that victory. It was Team York. I mean, they had two decent looking attempts there for B-Tech to maybe get a 3 to tie it up, but just could not make it happen. But still, fantastic match and great ending to that one, and just the third round. Applause to these two teams. Going into the third round, or into the next round, I should say, which is actually the third round of the brackets, I do believe. We'll be heading into that soon. I think that our teams are already waiting for us, I was told. So we won't stray too long here. We're just going to get ourselves reorganized in just a moment. And yeah, we will be back pretty shortly, so just stay tuned, and we'll have the continuation of this cup for you. But once again, thank you everyone joining, for donating. Again, the links are up in the description right below the video player there to donate to this great cause here for the Arena Charity Cup. That is, again, Gamers Outreach, providing hardware and software for the kids in recovery and in hospitals, and just trying to brighten up their days and make their paths to recovery a lot easier through the magic of video games. So definitely check that out, and everyone who's donated, thank you once again. But until the next match, which will occur shortly after this intermission, I've been Palidore, that's been SirDimwi. We will be back. Stay tuned. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the stream here in VRML and for this Arena Charity Cup. You just saw that awesome product there from one of the sponsors of this cup, HyperX. That was the Quadcast S recently released. Looking excellent, and also providing the amazing prizes as well for our players here and for these teams, of course, as we'll show you in just a second there. But noticing something going on at the bottom of the floor again, was thinking maybe it was rock, paper, scissors. But no, all right. So, to everyone joining us and who's been joining us here across the last couple hours, and don't forget tomorrow as well, we'll have our semifinals and finals, so a lot of gameplay to come still. But until then, we're getting a look at our teams as we get a look at our new caster, well, not new, but new to the stream, Sputnik, joining us for this one. How's it going, Sput?
It's going well. Just getting into the game right now, and really excited to see this matchup. And you were talking about that product from HyperX, and man, is that a good-looking microphone? I just had a comment on that. I really want one of those.
Yeah, a thing of beauty for sure. And HyperX, as you can see there on the screen, providing some amazing prizes there for the first, second, and third place teams. Some gaming headsets up for grabs, as well as VR community builders with $50 towards each of the individuals who raised the most money for this under their name. So a lot of support there from sponsors and from players and viewers alike. Thank you for joining once again. As you can see, we're making some good headway there to our goal, and just very thankful for that. And yeah, again, benefiting the Gamers Outreach Foundation.
I tuned in earlier to this stream, and I heard SirDimwi's story from his childhood, and a really touching story about the impact of video games during recovery, during illness, and it really can't be stated enough how important this charity is, and that's one of the reasons that I'm here right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All for a good cause, and we know just as much as anyone. I know just as much as anyone. When it comes to gaming, it's been my life. It's been for a lot of people watching here today. I know it's been a big part of their lives as well, but just cannot be underestimated the positive effects having an outlet and an escape like video games. You know, what that can provide a person. And you know what? As right now, providing some plays. There's a save, but the steal right back. It's Chrome, the goal.
And Joker, one of the many Jokers this tournament, really starting this off strong. 20 seconds off the clock, getting that 2 points. Chrome just slamming it in from behind the goal.
Yeah, nice first score there, going in as new team now, going to approach here on their first joust out. But yeah, again, just to finish the thought, games, they are important. They are important to a lot of people. So, you know, we need some goodness, especially these days, right? We need those good feels and just those outlets in life because, you know, it's important. It's an art. And right there is a work of art. JL Graham getting an assist from Chrome.
New team definitely has work cut out for them. This Joker team, and that feels wrong saying that. This Joker team consisting of C. Jason, Mozzie, JL Graham, and Chrome, starting out very strong, a minute off the clock. And this is also, I believe, a cross-region matchup.
That is correct. Yeah, new team here from Europe, and Joker, one of the iterations of Joker from North America. You know, the tragic thing is you can't even differentiate in terms of the name. But right now, as Mozzie gets the score, Joker goes up by 6, a couple more. Because yeah, our stream package here, it's all caps. So there's a lowercase Joker playing. That's this team. There's also uppercase Joker, and that is the actual Team Joker. But they're not being called Team Joker. They're just Joker. I know, confusing. And then there's of course Team Jork, who we just got done streaming. So it's all over the place here in this Charity Cup.
So Mosh is going to QB down to Bad Elmo. Bad Elmo's going to try and find that cross pass. Another stun will come through. Mosh losing it. But this new team really, you know, in their namesake, a new team playing in this Charity Cup, trying to find some points on this board, but they're going to send that back pass to go all the way back to their bubble.
And all the way back to the reception. There's Mozzie. All of a sudden, they are up by 9. A very short amount of time here expired in this first round thus far.
Definitely 9 points. Less than 2 minutes, well, less than 3 minutes off the clock. 2 minutes and 30 seconds now. So joust advantage back to new team. They're going to try and put points on the board.
And just for the reference of the Twitch there, yeah, it looks like this is a North American server here. Starting off with may see switches, may not. Who knows? But a great grab from JL and sending it through that tunnel and right past the hands of Mosh, actually. So that's going to be in danger now of a score. There's the recovery. There's the delivery. It's 11 points. Joker.
So it's going to be interesting to see the second round when most likely they'll transition to a European server. So right now, Joker has the advantage on boosting, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next round. But starting off with these 11 points is going to be hard to come back.
Yeah, it definitely will be, but I mean, the names here over on New Team, again, New Team, not just by name, not by players. These teams, these players know what they're doing for sure. Plenty of competitive experience, so I know servers could always be a factor, but that's kind of part of the intrigue here of this cup, is the opportunity to see some of these matchups unfold and just see how they're able to react and adjust. Thus far, though, Joker Light, Joker Blue, doing some work.
Joker with the lowercase j, and that's funny with the font. That font doesn't have a lowercase version of it. I use it a lot,
Yeah.
and I love that font. It's a good choice, Palidore, but in this case, it's definitely not one. And with that shot on the goal, Mozzie will find it at the knees of that goalie.
And right now, New Team needs to find just some sort of momentum that they can build on, or not even momentum so much, it's just they need to see some fundamental plays, I think, be able to kind of, again, get their bearings, find some calmness, some steadiness. I know when it starts getting into these you know, big scoring holes like we're seeing here as another 3 goes through, those are the times where it can be really tough to get out of them, you know, purely because of the differential. I mean, looking at the board and seeing something like 9-0 is nowhere near as detrimental to the mentality as seeing 11-0. I know only a 2-point difference, but just mentally speaking, once you see it get into double digits, it's like a multiplier, a difficulty multiplier starts creeping up on you, and it gets even harder to score.
Absolutely. And that pass will bounce off the ceiling. They'll send it right back to national agencies. He's going to take that shot, and he's going to find the first 2 points of the game at 4 meters for New Team.
And finally breaking the seal. That is really good for them to see. Still going to be a tough hole to climb out of, but at the very least, they got something. And they still have 5 minutes left to maybe get something else. We'll see.
Well, they have enough time, but let's see if they can do it like you said. So to QB, you see Jason just wiggling around on that quarterback black. I can't even say that. That's a tongue twister. Sending that pass forward into the tube. So, you know, once again, this Joker team is looking strong, moving along the geo and sending it back, trying to pull that stack out, but it's going to miss its target and bounce towards the bubble. And
recovery here will enable maybe an opportunity, a good handoff play there as it tries for a handoff backhand. I don't know, but over here it's Mozzie just with the clear instead, actually getting it denied by some stuns now. National agency there, linked up with his teammate and just looking to go across that floor very, very speedily, but same with Joker. And CJson now does convert on that opportunity, 18-2.
And I saw a little bit of an interaction on that disc, looking like National Agency might have got a hand on it, but of course, ping advantage is given to the shooter, so you know, in the future, we'll see different interactions, and it's going to be interesting to see it. So the QB is New Team. They're not able to get that pass off, and it's going to bounce down towards the lower trench.
And right back to Joker, lowercase Joker. They are on the case, but, well, just off the trace on the shot. So back to Dave Stan for New Team. He's going to get the clear. Some regrabs attempted there, but getting that momentum stoppage on one of those, they'll still get the disc right back. 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining here in this first round of play. And offense maybe going back to Chrome and Co. now.
And it will go towards mid and towards that bubble for a shot off the backboard. Mozzie's going to hit it at 29 meters, way outside the bubble. It's a 19-point lead now to Joker, lowercase Joker.
Hey, Mozzie airborne doing it again, making some music from the back line. Big shot, deep shot, 29 meters deep, and just a nice hit right off the backboard. 2:43 remaining in this round. And off it goes to the tunnel, but actually just off as a recovery goes for Mozzie. And Mozzie, another open shot maybe. Off, rebound, also off.
Not able to find that angle, but at the back line, JL Green to pick it up, lose it on the stun, and a nice slap pass, soft pass, and off the backboard and to a player of Joker, gonna send it right back in, and it will be Chrome at 4 meters.
Yeah, Chrome assisted there by Mozzie, and that will in fact get the Mercy victory here in the first round. So a very, very dominant showing to start off here from lowercase Joker. Now, will that persist is the question, because we kind of saw that in the last match we streamed here, another cross-region one, and vastly different games from round to round based on not only the server changes at first, but even in the third round, super competitive. I mean, don't know what we could expect to see going into the next round. Anything can still definitely happen.
Absolutely, and I imagine that they're negotiating the change of servers right now. We are only in the first round, so all 3 rounds are going to be played in this Charity Cup? Or is it best 2 out of 3?
Yeah, for today, it's the three bracket rounds, I guess you can say. But it's double elimination, it's best of 3. And it's a 2-day event, so tomorrow will be the conclusion, the semifinals, finals, etc. Not too different from how it went towards the end of the VRML season in Season 2. So that is the format being rolled with. We had 22 teams participating here, signed up, and looking to, again, raise money for a great cause in Gamers Outreach, as well as compete for some prizes. Headsets courtesy of HyperX, and a little bit of cash flow there courtesy of VR Community Builders.
And those prizes are definitely really nice ones. Those are some of the nicer prizes that we've seen so far. So thanks to VR Community Builders for providing them on behalf of HyperX, and HyperX coming through. And, this could be the start of a lot of great things, a lot of great charities coming through. They see this, they see the production we've been putting on, and it really is the start of something great.
Mm-hmm. And of course, big shout outs to the organizational end of things, with the Gunslinger in there, as well as AJ, both contributing and putting this all together. For VRML's side, we're here to present, to cast it, and show it off on the stream. But as far as the organizational work, definitely huge props and credit going to the Gunslinger and AJ, as well as Hasco and VR Community Builders, again, helping make those connections and promotions. And so a lot of efforts from multiple angles, essentially, of the community coming in to make this cup a reality. So we're glad to see this all happen and come together like this.
And I'm trying to find the donation pool. Do you have a value for what it's at currently?
Yeah, we got it there on the stream for you, unless it suddenly disappeared. Up
No,
to
it's still there.
390. So yeah, we're already making some great progress. And again, whether you're donating money, whether it's a little bit, whether it's a lot bit, whether it's Twitch bits, although again, we'll still direct those nonetheless to the charity page, but more direct way would be to go through the Tiltify. Whatever you're donating, even if it's simply time and support and Twitch chatting, that is still a donation in itself, and it's all in support of a good cause. So whatever you contribute towards this, thank you for doing so.
Absolutely. I didn't even know a charity like this existed, so when I heard about it, I was really excited. And like you said earlier, the magic of video games, it's all something that we hold very close to us. We definitely experienced it firsthand, and being able to provide that opportunity to others, regardless of the situation they're in, just being able to provide that in times of need, help with recovery, it's really, a profound experience.
Absolutely. Quick hello to the Twitch chat as well, joining in. See, Jake's a mistake, saying, just got here. Welcome. Still got some more matches to be played yet. A couple more rounds of this cross-region match between New Team and Joker, lowercase Joker. And still some more to come today and tomorrow, and the conclusion of the Cup. So, right on time, in a sense. But in the meantime,
Definitely.
still just waiting on some re-invites here from these teams. Still got a couple players in the server, so pardon the little delays. We're going to be back into it pretty shortly. Of course, want to shout out our VRML sponsors too, as always, and ProTube VR, VR Cover, VR Wear, .net, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming. I mean, again, talk about the community growing, talk about the events growing, the sponsors growing, not just for VRML, but just for cups like this, for teams, teams getting sponsored out there by orgs now, and really VR growing at a very, very fast rate, especially this year with Quest now. I saw the other day on Twitter several different developers, Quest developers, saying that since Quest 2 released, showing some of their stats and just spikes in sales numbers, 10 times as many sales for some of these developers. So it's really kind of a strong showing and maybe outlook to what we can expect for the rest of the year and going into 2021 and beyond.
Absolutely, and this is the mass adoption that we've been waiting for, and it's only gaining momentum, the Quest being a great product and the Quest 2 improving upon it. So, the future is ours for the taking. So the future of VR, we're seeing it firsthand, and we've been here for every step of the way, and it's really something beautiful to experience.
Yeah, could not agree more. On that note, I do have an invite, so if you give me just a second here, it'll be ready for you to join, and we can hopefully get going on the second round. So, all right, it's up. And again, thank you for staying tuned in and the patience as we prep round 2. But the first round, just a very, very strong one from Joker. I mean, honestly, I know these guys aren't the quote-unquote real Joker, but they are performing in a way, and they're putting up a scoring total that is not too dissimilar. Joker from the VRML side, Team Joker, obviously the champions of last 2 seasons.
Doesn't show them in the arena.
And they're a team who can put up some big, big numbers. And we're seeing that from new team, or from Joker. But for new team, now that maybe they're on a more comfortable situation, we'll see if round 2 is a bit different. Are you in Sputnik?
Yep, I just joined and I'm ready and waiting.
What I'm just noticing is the teams just tried to juke me again. Server changed, and once again the colors have now changed. So this time though, I caught it early. Doing the casters dirty, trying to juke us out. Gotta stick to juking each other out instead. Although maybe with the server differences, maybe you don't want to be juking it as much, but nonetheless.
Well, we'll see who uses that to their advantage in this matchup. And now, ping advantage being given to new team, who is now, like you said, changed colors. They are now the blue team, and lowercase Joker now in orange. And really living up to that namesake and playing very well against this new team.
Yeah, and as we do prep to start again, all readied up it looks like, so we'll see if maybe it follows the same trajectory as the last match, cross-region match that we saw just a little while ago, where round 1 was heavily favored towards the team with the lower pings. Round 2, server switch happened, and it was the same thing, heavily favored the opposite direction. Now, round 3, though, was actually a little bit different. That last round went to right down to the wire, basically. And there was a threat of an overtime even. I mean, like I said, you never really know with these games and with this kind of skill level, especially when you got these recognizable names. If you see a blowout occur in one round, it's still not an uncommon thing to see, even in VRML context during the season, where round 2 is just an entirely different story, and you end up seeing those round 3s after all. So very much could be a reality here, but that'll be determined fairly soon, the next 10 minutes.
And I would definitely like to see a momentum shift with the start of this second round. The ping advantage given to new team. And I'm just excited to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. See Nicholas TV in there. Kung stopping by a little while earlier, asking who that team was on the stream. Not the Joker that Kung knows. Of course, actual Joker, Team Joker from VRML, they are participating in this cup as well. I have the feeling, I haven't gotten updated, but I would have the feeling they're finding some success. They have been a mighty difficult team to contend with for just about everyone in the league, but nonetheless, I mean, prizes at stake as well for the top 3 teams as a whole, and I'm sure Joker will finish up there somewhere, so.
So just to clarify, there is the original Joker, formerly known as Team Joker.
Yeah.
And now there's lowercase Joker, and I think there was another team called Jork.
Team Jork. Yep, that's correct.
That's too funny. That reminds me of jorts and what a
And,
what a
and
great
jorts are
name.
just funny in general.
Yeah, pretty much. But with that being said, the neutral joust countdown is about to end, and these teams are coming out of the gates. To get that possession will be won once again by Joker, and it will be challenged in the tubes, but that stack will fly past it right up to Mozzie, and Mozzie's going to send a bad pass and it's a bounce towards the tubes.
All right, so Chrome with the disc, bouncing it over, or sending it over rather to Mozzie. Mozzie with a shot there, but getting stunned, and a good defense from New Team as they try and get this disc back and maybe find some good starts here, you know, compared to that last round with the speed and the collection. There's Mosh now with the disc.
Mosh is going to send that cross pass up to the upper block and then down to the floor. And then Bad Elmo once again with another pass, but that shot's going to be just a little bit off and bounce way outside the bubble up to the tube, and looking to recover it with that stack is New Team. And the stun will come through. Another stun will come through. So New Team will retrieve it, and Mosh will send it right up to double. But these stuns are coming through left and right.
Yeah, and Dave Stan now with the disc, trying to shield himself, and look at the save, though, coming in from C. Jason. Seeing the disc, and now seeing blue now as they go into the other side of the floor. Will be contested pretty well by Bad Elmo. Bad Elmo actually contesting two different players, but unsuccessfully at the end of the day. Still yet, JL Graham with the disc, sending it now, losing it, and Bad Elmo once more. So a bit frantic start here, the first minute and a half of play of this round 2, that is to say, as a big pile forms and now unfolds.
And the energy levels just absolutely changing. Showing some life is New Team getting that 3 points at 9 meters. So Dave Stan to put the first points on the board at 8 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, it took a little bit longer than I almost expected, just based on that initial neutral joust there. But New Team did find the goal at the end of the day, at the end of the minute, and with 2 minutes expired off the clock, see Jason sending it to Mozzie, Mozzie crossing it to JL, and JL over to Chrome. Really nice passing execution. You can see the defense from New Team now just kind of retreating into their side of the floor and just spacing out, not too aggressively, but at least enough to be in the zone.
Absolutely, and trying to find that pass along the floor will bounce off the Geo. Stun will come out on that goalie who comes out of the crease to find possession. And a clear coming through, and look at that fast stack pursuing it, getting it in the bubble, and that's another 2 points with Bad Elmo finding it at 5 meters.
Fast is right. Wow, just in no time at all. And that, of course, is not too uncommon to see from these players. And, well, now that they find themselves at the 20 and 30 ping situation, which I'm sure North Americans will continue to be jealous of until the end of time, they're feeling mighty comfortable with their fast stacks.
In a missed pass, they'll lose possession, but Joker able to retrieve it at the ceiling. Mozzie with it now, going for that long shot, but he's going to bounce off the nest and past another player at the back line. It will be picked up. See Jason with it, sends it right along the wall. So they'll look to start their offense as they approach the bubble.
All right, Mozzie crossing it. Look at that slap through play. Wasted no time to find that first 2 points. I love that pass from Mozzie to JL.
Really crisp pass right in that bubble, right through that defense. So that's 2 points now. Only a 3-point game. This is a much different game from the first round. And really bringing the heat is New Team.
And New Team on the joust, just going to attempt to avoid the defense there of lowercase Joker. Lower Joker? Loker. But low-key, this is still pretty competitive here in the second round. I mean, New Team looking much more comfortable, but it's not as if they're ahead by a bunch in these first 4 minutes. So, honestly, this is pretty good news for Joker, I feel. The fact that they are not in any kind of, significant hole yet.
And National Agency going for that long shot through the mail slot, but it bounces off the shield. A stun's coming through, and really all these players clustering, able to get that pass down towards the bubble. They're going to miss that pass along the floor. We picked up by C. Jason, avoiding that offensive player in the bubble. Can't find the clear. Actually goes right through the tube, and they're able to get out of that tight spot.
Mazio, the tight shot just off the dot, but on the right place. I was going to say spot, but I didn't want to rhyme. For C. Jason, again, like I said, Sputnik, I mean, this is actually very good for Joker because they're only down by 1, and they've already weathered kind of that initial blitz, that initial storm. It felt like that fast start to the round. I mean, to be at a 1-point disadvantage is pretty good news. So for new team, they need to, I think, turn it up here a little bit extra.
Absolutely, but not able to find another pass off the Geo, but picking it up will be National Agency, quickly getting stunned out, and that slap back to the goalie, C. Jason. So C. Jason with it now, playing with it in the bubble, trying to find a pass of his own, and somehow gets it through, and another clear coming out from Joker with that lowercase Joker Loker, and finding it at the floor, and the shot coming through, and that one's going to be off, but picked up at the ceiling, and another pass is not going to be anywhere near its target. And able to come away with it as new team, but they're not able to get it out of their bubble. Another slap. It's very frantic play from both of these teams.
Some unlikely bounces as well. Went off the head, then went off the post, then went off the pole. So off every small target in this arena, it seems, except the biggest one there, the goal. So unfortunate results might result in a shot attempt, but it's going to be snagged out there right by the barrier. JL Graham clears it, and immediately on the recollection, though, there's stacks here for a new team back in a jiffy. And right down quickly to maybe an open goal, but overshot and couldn't grab the disc.
I think you're seeing a clash of the metas right now. I think we're all seeing a clash of the metas right now. Very different play from both teams and a lot of clearing and boosting, so able to recover it at the bubble, but trying to get it past these defenders. They're in the bubble, they're gonna find it and they're gonna dunk it. It's gonna be JL Graham, so applying pressure as soon as that defense recovers and then getting possession, and is gonna be able to put that in for an easy 2.
Yeah, went for the Graham slam, and you know what? Spot that puts them up by 1. Here, 3:40 left, and suddenly, momentum in the favor of Joker. You know, they feel confident now. I think new team here being scored on a few times in a row, just trying to get that pass through, but will be cut off by CJ.
And with that cleared down towards the bubble, able to retrieve it, but losing it to that steal, JL Graham has another chance, and he's gonna find it at 15 meters.
Find it, he does. Wasted no time. Full confidence behind that throw. 15-meter distance and 14 meters a second, and 4-point advantage for Joker with 3 minutes remaining in the second round.
So Joker starting off this first round of the series with a very dominant performance, mercying new team, and new team making another error off that QB and trying to get it through the tube, getting it off the Geo. National Agency picking up. Looking at one defender ahead, but not at the ones behind him, and that goalie will get it off that back pass.
Yeah, and they're stacked so quick you can call it a jump scare, because out of nowhere, just producing that speed and the recoveries. Mozzie now with a disc, just swinging around, kind of showing and going. JL Graham, slap pass, and look at that save though from Dave Stan. That was a nice pass, even better save from the defense of new team, but still gonna be grabbed back by Joker at midfield.
And that looked like a really physical save from Dave Stan, definitely dropping his weight to the floor to find it. Got it, but not able to get it out of their back court. So it will still be in the hands of Joker, and they'll get that pass in an open dunk. Mozzie from JL Graham.
Yeah, kind of an inwards ding dunk there, just putting it in with some extra power and extra oomph. And with less than 2 minutes, this could be winding down to just a 2-round win potentially for Loker.
And Loker looking to do it. I don't know if that one works, but I'll say it nonetheless. And look at that full court pressure from Loker and getting it through. Another clear from new team, but at the back line will be C. Jason to pick it up at Trench.
All right, Chrome, I mean, if they can score here, that will be... It's going to start approaching that point where it's too much to overcome, I think. Need to see some great defense again from new team if they can. Oh, but the pass will find the mark as well as a shot. C. Jason to JL Graham. And 13-5, favoring Joker. Loker,
Joker, lowercase Joker. We have all these names for him. Someone just prevent these teams from taking other teams' names. It makes it harder for everyone else, but it will be Joust advantage now to new team. They're down by 8 points, a minute on the clock. They have to make something happen now.
Yeah, you know, it's okay, I think, with the names, just keeping the casters on our, keeping casting on their toes, because it's like with the color switches, right? It's all right. It keeps things unpredictable, just like Mozzie with the fake, and the make. 15-5.
Well, the team's definitely having fun. They're having fun with this charity cup. Everyone enjoys playing, having fun with their names, and it's definitely a treat for all of us to enjoy this in the off season.
And with 30 seconds left, it looks like indeed fake Joker will be treating themselves to at least a win here, and will advance up the brackets as a bouncer is gonna go. So a nice hit there from the midfield. Getting jiggy with it. Speaking of, is it only me or are a lot of people changing their names back to their old ones now? You know, unless I'm just delusional. Was JL not Jiggy as of like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
I think Jiggy just plays on the other account when he wants to. I don't know. Everyone's changing their names. They're having fun with it. Talk about changing their names for teams and changing their names in game. This is kind of a fun cup, so everyone's having a little bit of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Having fun, playing for a great cause there in Gamers Outreach, for the charity of choice here for the Arena Charity Cup. And, of course, HyperX and VR Community Builders providing prizes just the same. Of course, those fantastic headsets for first, second, and third place here in this tournament. By the end of tomorrow, we'll find out the winners of that. And, of course, VR Community Builders with the $50 prizes as well towards the users who do raise the most money under their campaign. So, with that said, on this 18-5 round 2 victory, that is gonna do it for this one. And gonna go and get myself updated a little bit here and just make sure we don't have, or make sure that we don't have another match, because I think potentially we may have one coming up. So teams were waiting. I know lower brackets had some matches going on, and that's kind of what I'm waiting to see on. Otherwise, we may be winding it down for this stream. But of course, we do have tomorrow the semifinals, the finals, so a lot still to come.
Everybody competing for those awesome headsets and the earbuds, and I really want me one of those. And I want one of those quad, I didn't look at the product's name, but the glowy microphone, the condenser microphone, that thing looked awesome.
The glowy mic. Yeah, the Quadcast S from HyperX there, that was released just last month and does look very, very cool. So with that, in fact, I'll run that one more time just to get a look. And again, very, very grateful to HyperX for helping support this charity, this community, and this whole event as well. So we will be right back around the corner and we'll wind this down. All right, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As we saw that awesome mic that Sputnik was talking about. Thank you for joining us here today. This will, in fact, conclude this portion of the stream. Again, we still have some more to come tomorrow. The semifinals and the finals to determine the winners of these awesome prizes here, which I'll put on the screen one more time for you. But yeah, a lot of appreciation for all the participation and the engagement. Sputnik, anything else you wanted to kind of leave off with here as we wind down this stream for the day?
Thank you for... I really got nothing. I'm just looking forward to tomorrow. I'm glad to support this Charity Gamers Outreach. And I know that tomorrow is going to be just as exciting as today has been.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see here as we wind down this stream for the moment, we've got 395, so a little just under 400 and just under halfway to the goal. But at the end of the day, the goal is just to, again, raise money for a good cause. So whatever the end results are and whatever you give, again, whether it's just your time, whether it's $1, whether it's 10, whether it's more, it doesn't really matter in the sense that it's all about the community. It's all about a good cause. So if you're here, thank you for joining. It matters a lot. To the organizers there in the Gunslinger and AJ, thank you so much once more for putting together this cup. Thank you to SirDimwi and Sputnik Cobra for casting alongside me here at VRML. Hasco as well for the promotion and the connections and just the support for the community and these events that are happening throughout the both in-season and off-season of play. And it's a fun time. So for everyone who joined us once more, thank you in the Twitch chat and beyond. I've been Palidore, that's been Sputnik Cobra, and SirDimwi. And this has been VR Master League presenting you the Arena Charity Cup Day 1. So stay tuned once more tomorrow, same time, same place. And we'll be back with the conclusion of this fantastic weekend of charity.